This is the scene live in Ferguson. Beautytown has burned to the ground. That was one of those businesses along West Florissant that was looted originally, and they vowed to stay open and vowed to be committed to Ferguson, now set fire and destroyed. You can see police are there. There are people taking pictures on their cell phones, but there are a lot of police around trying to keep people away. See someone with a gas mask. Those are a common sight tonight. Tear gas has been fired. St. Louis County Police started off firing smoke pellets, and then they switched over to some tear gas to try to disperse large crowds that have been all along the main road in Ferguson. And here's another aerial look from Beautytown. Now we're back to Grand. Okay, yeah, this is a live picture along Grand and Arsenal, and some protesting there. It looks like a small presence there. It's hard to tell from that vantage point, but you can see the police cars in the background. It looks like they're directing some traffic there, maybe trying to get around some of the protesters, get a truck through there. But yeah, this is down in the south, where earlier they shut down I-44 and then moved into the neighborhoods there. There have been a lot of, we've noticed in several of these protest incidents, where just people who are driving by in their cars, some on Interstate 44, some along Grand, where they've found themselves trapped in the middle of all of this and at a standstill and surrounded by demonstrators. We've heard of one report of violence against someone who was in their car, but we're still trying to get all of that confirmed. But our partners at the Post-Dispatch were reporting that earlier. Here's one of the businesses on Grand. It looks like they've broken windows there on AJ's pawn shop, I believe it was there. But anyway, yeah, they've managed to do some damage down there. Betsy's right outside of that business. We saw her just...
That's right.
Go ahead, Betsy.
Yes, you can hear the burglar alarm going off at AJ's pawn shop. There's some people walking up and down the street earlier saying, why are you breaking windows? There was a FedEx office supply place that had broken windows.
Yeah, we just saw one guy grab something out of from there, Betsy. I don't know if you saw that. He grabbed something and took off with it.
Looks like they grabbed a crossbow, they said.
Crossbow?
Well, it's a pawn shop, so there are all sorts of things in the window. But one, the Panera, the Phillips Bread Company, had a couple of windows broken. And people are wondering why, because they use those services. But somebody did just grab a crossbow from this pawn shop. So we're going to back away a bit. But there are people who are walking across Grand here in the 3100 block, just blocking traffic completely. And they've tried to get people out of the way here and backed up and get traffic diverted to another location. You've got people milling around here. We're walking back north a bit on Grand. You can see the crowd here blocking the street.
Are the police anywhere around there?
There was a police officer who was standing near the pawn shop, and we do see a couple of cars on the side streets blocking people from coming onto Grand. But right now in the middle of the street, I don't see any officers.
Betsy, thank you. It looks like we've got more going on in Ferguson now. From our live picture from Bommarito Automotive Skyfox, you can see one of those fires burning. We're going to go back live to photographer Steve Myers to tell us what we're seeing and what's happening there. Steve?
Well, Mandy, we'll kind of set it up for you here. You obviously see the beauty supply place, but here's the incredibly unusual thing outside of a fire just burning out of control. These yellow things are the fire hoses, and this is one of the areas where shots were fired and firemen evacuated, and that's why this is going on. We'll try to get you through the smoke here just real quick, and that is those are rather police officers.
Officer McGuire?
Yes, that just actually happened within the last 10 minutes. We don't have too much information for you, but we do have a confirmed U City police officer shot. We don't know the condition yet. He's en route to the hospital.
Do you know if this is connected to the Ferguson situation?
It's too early to tell. With this dynamic situation happening in Ferguson, there's so many different places that are getting hit and affected by this. So it's a little too early to tell that's what happened. We don't have the full story on how this happened and exactly where it happened.
So you're trying to get more information on where it happened. Can you give us a sense for the location or any general terms of where this happened? Was it in a residential area? Was it at a business, or exactly where this happened?
Looks like I just got an update on the intersection. It's off Canton and Lamb, L-A-M-B. So that is definitely in the area of these protests.
Oh, it is in the area.
It is. So it's not in U City. This happened in Ferguson?
That's correct.
Okay. So this U City police officer was shot in Ferguson, correct?
Yes. We're still looking for confirmation on that, of what his injuries are, but the intersection of where the shooting occurred was Canton and Lamb.
Okay. All right. We wanted to clarify that. We know there are, give us a sense for the various police departments who are working in Ferguson. So there's officers from all over, correct?
That's correct. There's all surrounding municipalities and Highway State Patrol and St. Louis County Police. They're all working together.
This is going to be a stressful time for you. I mean, it was stressful with all the police officers waiting for a decision to come down and waiting to see what might happen, and then having to face this kind of thing tonight.
Yes, it's very stressful. It's definitely not the outcome that we wanted to have after this grand jury decision was released. But we are doing our best to protect the businesses. We're still doing our best to preserve life and property. But it's just a violent situation right now, and it's very dynamic.
Okay, one more question I had for you. We're seeing police standing outside of these businesses. Are police just trying to protect firefighters? What are they doing as these businesses are burning? What is their role outside of on the streets and what they're doing at this point?
That's correct. The fire departments had issues of trying to put fires out when gunshots were going off in the area, so they backed off of certain fires so they couldn't put them out due to their safety. Due to that, we tried to dispatch a lot of police officers to those scenes to help the firemen out so we can get a lot of these fires put out.
So you are trying to get firefighters in there to work on these fires?
That's correct. We got to secure the area, though, with multiple gunshots in the area, and in certain cases we had automatic gunfire. That's just too dangerous to send firemen in to a burning building.
Is any area on West Florissant secure?
You know what? I'm not at the scene.
Okay.
We don't have any information on that.
All right, Officer McGuire, thank you very much for joining us and shedding what light we have on that, and hopefully we'll get some more information on that officer, and hopefully he will be okay.
Thank you.